Hi, sweet friends. This is Julie with Noelle.
Hey, everybody.
Here at the Yoga Space. And today we are going to flow through our fall to winter seasonal flow. So today's practice is going to be a brief demo of what we'll be doing here at the studio. We're going to start with a little bit of a warm up and a little bit of a cool down. However, here in class, those will be extended. So if you want to give yourself a little extra time to warm up before going into this practice, also know that we won't be necessarily holding poses as long as we would be in the class. So come check us out. Enjoy this quick little flow of seasonal change, fall into winter. All right, meet us on your mat. Child's pose. First, just give yourself a moment to soften in. Start to calm the breath. Ease through the spine. Relax the shoulders. If you'd like to set an intention, this would be a wonderful time for that. And now picking up the chest, walk your arms off the right edge of your mat. Lean out through your left ribs. Soften left hip and shoulder towards the floor. As you inhale, walk your way through center, over to the left, expanding through the right side of you. Drop right hip and shoulder. Find your way back to middle. We're going to rise onto hands and knees and move through some movements of the spine. It could be simple cat-cow, adding extension and flexion of your back. Or you could also add in some lateral movement. Just rinsing out any tight areas. Do what feels good for you. You could even take this time to stretch the wrist by turning top side of one hand over or both hands together. You could turn the palms of the hands down with the heels of the hands facing inward or forward. We'll take a couple more breaths. Ease through the neck. Let the head gently move with the rest of the spine if that feels good for you. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Once you tuck the toes and lift the hips high, do the same thing. Give yourself some freedom of movement, alternating knee bends. Hips can wag side to side. Do make sure you're gripping the floor with big handprints, really engaging through the palms of the hands, creating that suction cup of space at the center of your palm. So you take pressure out of the elbows and out of the wrists and use the strength of the arms fully. Pause in your downward facing dog. Relax your neck, your jaw. Starting out on the right side, pick up the right leg. Draw that knee forward to chest, step through the hands. Lower your left knee down onto the floor. Now we're going to come up to a 90-90 so the spine goes straight. Reach your arms up and back, hands behind the head. Take an inhale, stretch open the front body, and then keeping this 90-90, exhale, curl over right leg, elbows wrap around. Inhale, open it up, lift the heart, the chest. Exhale, squeeze and round. We're going to do that a third time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze, round in. Now, either maintaining these hands or you can bring hands to the floor, tuck your left toes under. We're going to drive into the right leg and see if you can float forward, finding balance. Hands can stay back behind the head or arms can reach back. Now, carefully bring this down, lunge twist, left hand on the floor, right arm up to sky. Power up through the legs, engage your core. We stand this all the way up. Crescent lunge twist. Soften shoulders, reach through fingers. Cartwheel hands back to the floor, frame your right foot, step back, three-legged dog or down dog splits, right leg to sky, walk your hands all the way back to a standing splits. We're going to play here with getting some weight into our hands. So grabbing the floor with big handprints, rise the ball of your left foot, and then set that heel down. You can bend your knee for this. It's not a problem. Reach the right leg high, tip forward, soften down. One more time. Lower down. Now walk your hands all the way back out. Knee to chest. We're going to step it through. Warrior two, cartwheel open, left heel pivots to mat, knee over ankle, pointing where the toes are. We're going to flow this back. So left arm reaches down, right arm over. Reach it forward. Inhale, reach around. Exhale, reach forward. Last time, take your flow. Breath is moving with the body, meditation and motion. Back up, warrior two. Cartwheel hands to floor, step back, plank pose. You can hold this plank or take a chaturanga, knees on or off the mat, lower halfway down. Up dog or cobra, so thighs on floor, thighs hover. Over the toes to downward facing dog, you can always push back to child's pose first. Moving on to our left side, pick up the left leg. Left knee into chest, shift forward, step through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Again, hands come behind the head, finding that 90-90 lift up to the spine. Inhale, exhale, curl, rounding over left leg. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, squeeze, contract to the core to round your spine. One more time, open it up. Exhale, lean it forward. Keeping the hands here, hands down to floor. We shift forward, tucking right toes under. Start to step into left leg, finding airplane with hands behind the head or arms back, working the strength of your spine here. Carefully step back onto the mat, lunge twist, right hand down, left arm up to sky. Charge into those legs, brace the core. Inhale, rise all the way up. Crescent lunge twist. Cartwheel this down, hands frame the left foot, stepping back, down dog splits. Walk your hands back to your right foot. Reaching up to left leg. Remember, right knee bent, no problem. Tip forward into the ball of the right foot. Lift up. Soften back down. Do it again. Leaning into hands. Soften down. One more time. Grip the floor. Lean. Lower right heel. Walk this back out. And then left knee into chest. Shift forward. Step through. Cartwheel open. Warrior two. Melt the shoulders. Drive the left knee forward. Reverse, sweep it back. Inhale, come forward. Do it again. Up and around, dancing the warrior. Last time through. This time we rise up, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Excuse me, plank pose. Shift forward. Add in the flow. You can always skip this if you choose. So you can go to that downward dog and just pause and hold, or add the buildup of strength, taking it through the flow. Take a moment, soften knees to mat, hips to heels. Find your pause. For round two, we're going to start out top edge of the mat. So downward facing dog, and you can either walk or hop feet to hands. Once you get there, soften your body into a forward fold. Halfway lift, draw the chest out, spread your collarbone. Exhale, fold in, and stand this all the way up. Stork pose on the right, hands down into prayer, drive into your left leg, pick up your right. Now, hands back behind the head, interlace your fingers. We're going to do that same rounding as we did earlier. Curl over right leg, wrapping elbows around. Inhale, open up, lift the chest. Exhale, curl in. It's okay if you fall out. It is part of the practice. That wiggle, that wobble, we learn how to balance. Inhale, back to center. Right foot steps to floor, arms reach up. Now figure four on the left side, pick up your left leg, cross your ankle over, hip stretch, start to soften down into this. We're going to add a twist. Simply rotating the torso is fine. If your left elbow can reach outside your left foot, give that a go. Maybe you let the arms open or you can maintain prayer. We're going to bring it back around. Then our left leg is actually going to sweep back behind. Take your time with this. It is another tricky balance. You can use your hands to carefully lower yourself down. Find a seat. Twist around to the right. Sit up tall in your spine as you inhale. Take one more rotation. Now we spin this around and stand back onto our feet, wide leg, separate leg stretch. Taking a skandasana to the right side, lunge halfway or fully down. And then we come all the way onto our seat. Lateral spine twist. Let your left arm come inside the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Maybe you use your hand behind your head and help spiral the chest open. We're going to rise part way from this. 2 hands behind the head. Now face your left leg. If you need to reposition the hips, no problem. Wrap the elbows around that left thigh. Think forehead to knee here. Inhale and wind, arms spring up. Right hand comes down. We're going to spin ourselves back to the front of the mat. Take your time with this. Right leg to the sky. And then once again, we're walking back. Now this time you can play with standing splits, maybe playing with balance. You can play with that tip forward into hands, or you can add in some hops. So whatever you want to take for 3, 2, and 1. Right foot meets the left. Downward facing dog. Take a pause. Reach the hips high. Look to the top edge of the mat. Walk or hop, feet to hands. Once you get there, soften in. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rest. Side 2, hands to prayer. Pick up your left leg. Hands back by the head. Take an inhale, inflate. Exhale, round over left thigh. Curl it in. Inhale, open up, stand tall. Exhale, contract your front body. One more time, inflate, lift up. Exhale, round over left thigh. Inhale, open. Re-extend the arms, left foot on the floor, figure 4, right side, pick up the right leg, right ankle over, hands in prayer. We start to sit back, working that twist of the thoracic spine, so rotating over to the left. Maybe right elbow meets bottom side of foot, but it's okay if that doesn't happen. Just simply working the rotation of your spine is perfect. Come on back to center, right leg picks up. Back behind the left thigh, use your hands to help you down if needed. Finding a seat, sit up tall in the spine, big inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. Unravel, walk this all the way around. Wide-legged forward fold, soften between your legs. Skandasana to the left, lower yourself down. Again, high or low for a moment, and then help yourself onto the floor. Lateral spine twist, right arm inside the right leg, left hand behind the head, or maybe 2 hands behind the head, spiraling chest open. Lift up, spin and face your right leg, round forward, elbows hug around the thigh or the knee. Inhale, unravel, left hand down, spin it back to the front edge of your mat, left leg kicks high, and then walk yourself back to your right foot. Same thing here, standing splits or handstand hops, wherever you are in this moment. And if you're not so sure about working handstand hops at home, this would be a great place to use a wall, or just come into the studio. We're happy to help you here. 3, 2, 1, feet land side by side. Walk it out, downward facing dog. And then once again, we're going to set knees down, hips to heels. Take a moment, child's pose. Feel free to turn your palms up. You might even curl fingertips into the hands a few times to rinse out the wrists. Our third flow will start out kneeling. So on your next inhale, rise all the way up. Arms circle overhead. Hands back behind the head, take an inhale. Right foot's going to step forward. So this is some core work, working through the hip flexors. Lean over that right leg. Inhale, open up. Now exhale, hips go back, round forward. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, open, lean forward. Hips forward. Exhale, lean back, round forward. We'll do that 1 more time. Open, hips up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, bring it forward. Step right knee back in line with the left. Now, working some quad and glute strength, lean back here. You can even reach the arms up if that helps you to feel lighter. Exhale, lean back. Press through the shins, rise up. One more time, exhale, lean back. Rise up. Now, left foot's going to step forward. Lean into it. Exhale, hips back, round forward. Inhale, bend the knee, open chest, lean back. Exhale, hips back, round over left leg. One more time. Curl it in. Coming back to that left side lunge, and then left knee rejoins the right. Now this time, setting up camel pose, stand firm into the shins, hands onto hips, fingertips can face down or up if you like that wrist flexibility. Inhale, lift the heart, pull the elbows back, send chest towards the ceiling. If accessible to you, and it might be by tucking your toes under or having blocks available, you might bring your hands down to your heels. Inflate your chest one more time, lifting through the heart. Carefully release, make your way out. We'll sit hips to heels for a release of the spine. Taking a pause here, just letting everything get back into its neutral lengthened position. And then we're going to play with rabbit pose, but we're going to use a tripod headstand style of rabbit. So we're going to use our arms to help push and round the upper back. Okay, so we're going to bring hands down. Crown of the head comes just forward, kind of where the pointer finger tips are. Crown of the head down to the mat. Engage through the core. Press through the hands, round your spine, let your head bear a little bit of the weight, but most of the strength is in the hands, the shins, tucking belly button towards the spine. For 3, 2, 1, sit this back. Soften a moment, let everything get reorganized. Today, Noelle and I are going to go into pigeon pose to cool down. Like I said, there will be a longer bit of cool down when you're here in the studio. So finding downward facing dog or hands and knees, your preference. Right knee, right wrist. Slide your left leg farther behind you. Lift the heart up with an inhale. Draw your body forward on the exhale. So, because we're using this to relax our way out of the more active practice, the key is to give yourself somewhere to rest your head. Use a block, use your hands, use your mat. Try to soften where you can. As you inhale, feel space, reach up to the spine. As you exhale, melt the hips sideways. You're welcome to stay a little longer if you like. Noelle and I are going to switch sides, moving back to hands and knees or downward facing dog. Again, your preference. We'll find left knee to left wrist. Right leg stretches back. Draw your body forward over left. Thigh and calf muscle. Notice if there's tension in your jaw, in your neck or shoulders. Can you relax the upper body while stretching through the lower body? Calming the breath, which will calm the heart rate and work to turn the body from that place of sympathetic tone to a place of parasympathetic rest. Stay here a little longer if you like. Will and I are going to draw our way out. If you want to make your way onto your spine, find your rest. For Noelle and me, that is all for today. We thank you so much for joining us in this practice. We look forward to having you here at the studio with us. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Cheers. Cheers. Namaste.